Hey guys, today is day 8 of making an AI assistant. Not really AI, but today is where I actually shift towards from the if-else statements to actual AI. It basically interprets commands much better. It is a bit slower, but yeah. Um, so over here, I said I used I used the Python library Open AI, but then I realized that an API key actually costs money to run, so I decided not to use that. And a better alternative was to use Ollama, which runs models locally, and basically it's free, so that's good. The only problem is that Ollama is pretty slow, but the fastest model I could find was using the 8B model. So in the command prompt, I just did run Ollama 8B. Does this one, and yeah, so it's maybe takes like 6 seconds to respond. Not the worst, but still pretty slow compared to if else statements. And yeah, so hopefully I can try to find a fix. But basically, aside from this, I'm gonna go to testing 2. Yeah. So basically, we import requests, import JSON. JSON is basically the format, I think, to save. Like for example, this is the format. Where is it? This is the format for JSON, and basically, we can use this here to save like action. So you see, there's action, and then there's value, and then we can use JSON to convert them to their respected variables. So that's pretty good. So basically, this is a function to ask AI. So that's a function of the prompt. So this is the prompt here. And yeah, I will use the speech recognition, but just to test it, I'm just going to type it in. So right here, this is a variable for detailed prompt. So basically, you're telling the AI very specific commands for them to actually follow. So basically, I said your voice assistant, ignore the hey bill and everything before it. So they're going to ignore all this, blah, 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 and they're only going to read this. They're only going to read this. So basically, your job is to convert user commands into structured JSON. You must always respond back in the format, this JSON format. And then these are the 2 actions I can do. Later on, I will add more actions, like in this one, for example, how we have like setting up alarms, or add songs liked. Add songs to your liked songs, or repeating shuffle on Spotify. All those, changing the volume. Yeah, so we can always add them on, but just these 2 will suffice just for testing. So we have the action, and then we have the value, and the value is basically I give them the instructions. So basically, if they categorize the action as play song, the value will be determined through these commands, or through these instructions. And yeah, so if say, hey Bill, can you play the song Antidote, it will, of course, it will omit this because it was told to in the detailed prompt. And then basically, let's see, play the song. Basically, the AI will determine that, so you want to play the song. So basically, it will categorize it as this. And here, it would go to this one here. It says the value is the song name. So yes, it is a song name. Or if lyrics are provided, try to identify the most likely song name. If unsure, just return the lyrics as the value. So we have a little bit more flexibility. And then if it was setting an alarm, so hey Bill, set an alarm for blah, 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 blah. There's the instructions right here as well. So an example as well, just to make sure they actually understand. And then in case they cannot understand anything, then basically they must return this, and then we can use this action. Yeah, basically later on we can decide that this value unknown will determine if we don't know, if the AI doesn't know what you're saying, so they're just going to return back something. So this is the response, and basically all this we're using the local hosting. Like I said here, we use it runs model locally, and then we use the model llama 3. This is the prompt, so this whole thing is the prompt. It's just easier to read off if we create a separate variable for that. And yeah, and then it just basically returns this to this one. So let's just run it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, it's taking quite a while. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let me see why. So basically, let's run this again. So if I go to command prompt, and let's just say we want to run this one here. So run Ollama, run LB. Let's run this again. Okay, it is running. So I don't know why it's not responding fast. Let's try it again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 5 seconds and 6 seconds. So yeah, so that's how much time it will take. So if you say the command, it might take 5 seconds for it to respond back and actually do it, which does kind of suck. But that's what I get. That's the downside to having much more flexibility with your words. And yeah, so we have the action, play song, and then so we know that's the action, and then the song, the value is the antidote, so they got that one right. Setting alarm, and then I did tell them a specific format. So value is the hour, the minute, AM, PM, and then all the weekday names, spaced. So 5 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, and they got that one right. So 3:31 p.m. Yep. Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Friday. Yeah. So that works. And yeah, so next day, I will try to work on integrating all these commands into this. Might take a while. And yeah, I'll see you guys.